Hi guys, welcome to today's podcast. And today we are talking about loads of things that I'm looking at on my list.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, go check out our Instagram at Unnamed Pod. And listeners, you can leave voicemails on our Anchor page if you want to.
Anchor.fm/the Unnamed Podcast. Yes. Leave us voice notes. I don't think we have any, but I'll check anyway.
No.
But yeah, welcome to the episode. This is the second episode of 2021. Yeah. 2020. We're
Happy
what,
New
2 weeks?
Year.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks into 2021 now. So let's just talk about that. Tom, how do you think your 2021 has been going?
All right, lockdown 3.
Yeah. We'll get onto that, but I feel like it hasn't been that different to sort of the end of 2020 in a way. It's sort of just like normally like a new
Carried
year
over.
yeah, exactly. It might feel like a sort of new sort of thing or whatever, but I haven't left the house. Have I even left the house this year? If I haven't, that's crazy. Well, I feel like I have.
New Year, new me.
I don't actually think I've left the house this year. That's really bad. I'm trying to think, but I cannot think of a time that I've left the house in 2021. Crazy.
Well, there are a lot of restrictions right now, so
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they're making it harder, so it's going to get tougher. Probably till April, in fact.
Yeah, because they were saying, actually, we'll get onto this in a second. I was just wanting to say as well that I feel like 2021, at least for me, I feel like we're further into 2021 than we actually are. Like, it feels like, for me at least, it feels like we're later in the year than just like 2 weeks into January.
Yeah.
Which is strange, but yeah.
Time does kind of weird things.
Yeah. But yeah, so you were saying about the whole COVID thing. So obviously, if you don't already know, we live in the UK, obviously. So lockdown 3. So I
saw in the news that Asda have become one of the first supermarkets to do like available vaccines.
Yeah,
at
I
their
saw that as
stores,
well.
yeah.
And at first I thought it was a joke. I thought because I saw a meme a few weeks back, and it was like if they gave out the vaccine at Aldi, everyone would be done within a couple of weeks because how fast they're at Aldi. But
and their queues are massive for Aldi. If you haven't been to Aldi before, you wouldn't understand. But you queue up in an Aldi and
they're always so long in Aldi.
Sat in this big queue.
But yeah, so the vaccine is starting to be. I'm not really sure what's happening with the vaccine because I haven't really seen. Okay, I've searched COVID vaccine. As far as the UK, let's have a look. The vaccine, because I know that last time I heard of it, they'd vaccinated 600,000 people, which is quite good. Because obviously, right now they're vaccinating people who are vulnerable and key workers and like NHS staff and stuff like that. Obviously, because obviously people who are working in like a hospital need to have it. Like they're obviously the most vital people, and then there's also obviously the vulnerable, the old, the people with health conditions and stuff. Let's have a look. It's been given to people aged 80 and over, people who live or work in care homes, health and social care workers at high risk. So I'm not sure how many vaccines they're giving out so far, because I know there's multiple vaccines, and I can't get my head around like them because they're a bit confusing. But okay. So there's another vaccine, apparently. The Brazil results show Chinese vaccine 50% effective. Sure. But, okay, when do you think, like us, will be given the option to get a vaccine? Because obviously,
I have no idea.
I feel like it could be, like, obviously, there's a lot of people in the UK.
I guess if they say, if you can go on holiday as long as you have the vaccine done, sort of thing. So I think if you wanted to go on holiday, they'd make you go and book it for a vaccine to be done or something before you had to go. So I guess you could do it that way, or I don't know. To be honest, I think they're trying to get all the essential people done first before they try and get students done, even though they're going to have some sort of program for all the students to get vaccinated.
Oh, okay. So I've just gone I've gone onto an article, and it said, if you're over the age of 18 and live in the UK, the government says it will have offered you a coronavirus vaccine by the autumn. So what does that mean for us then? We're under 18. But I suppose, I don't know.
I guess maybe the other end of the year.
Yeah, maybe. Before then, the target is to give the first dose of the vaccine to 15 million people in 4 key groups by mid-February. So far, 2.63 million people have been vaccinated in the UK. So they're making good work of it so far. Obviously, I think they started back in late December. Yeah, 20th December, they vaccinated 650,000. Then end of December, they'd done 1 million. And then sort of they're slowly on its increase. So, yeah, by mid-February they aim to get 50. Wow, they've got to get it moving then, because they've done 2.6 million, and we're halfway through January, and they aim to do it by mid-February. So what, maybe like a month? They aim to get 12 million. I'll try and do some maths out there. 12.4 million more people need to be vaccinated in the next month.
Great GCSE maths right there, Jacob.
Big brain maths.
I know.
So, yeah, because I thought it was going to be fairly soon that most people would be able to get the vaccine. But if it's saying that by autumn people over the age of 18, then I suppose not. That's a bit...
We'll just see, because, I mean, every day's unpredictable, every week's unpredictable.
Yeah.
You never know. Within the next couple of weeks, they could be saying, highly unlikely though, but within the next couple of weeks, they could theoretically say, all students can get to be vaccinated now, so they can go back. But
yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, with this third lockdown, originally, because I don't think originally schools and colleges were going to be closed. Were they with the third lockdown?
No.
I think it was more just...
No, they was preparing to go back. Which
seems very, very, very stupid, because if you think about it, it's like, that is one of the places where, I know it may not target people, not target, the word I'm looking for is, sorry, my brain's not working. It may not affect people who are that age as much. Like, I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it's in like, people of the younger age, they said, I know at least when it was first happening, that people younger weren't less likely to get seriously ill. So it's like, I feel like though a lot of people, even if you're not going to get ill for it, like really, really ill from it, like me, I had COVID. I got fairly ill, but not really, really ill. But then again, I could have transmitted it to other people. Whereas in my case, it was actually the other way around. I got given it by someone else and then didn't leave anywhere. But I feel like it would have been a really, I
think
really
the only
bad
argument
thing.
is that people our age... I think the only argument against it is that they're saying that people our age are the ones that spread it easier. But
exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it would have been a really, really bad mistake for us to go back in January. Well, I say us as in school students / college students. I know obviously you work from home, but I feel like it would have been a massive, massive mistake, because they do that, and I know COVID cases aren't decreasing, I don't think. But I feel like they would have skyrocketed, because obviously everyone goes to school, and then all it takes is one person to get it. They pass it onto their bubble, or they go home, pass it onto their family, and then it's sort of just the chain. Those people go out to the shops, and it's sort of the endless chain of how far it can go before they realise. So I think it was a good move for them to close the schools, and I think, I'm not sure how long it was, because the original plan was for them to be closed for a few weeks. I think it was like key worker children could go in. I think key worker children can actually still go into school, because my mum works in a school, so I think she's having to self-isolate at the moment again. But I think, yes, the key worker children can, but I think the plan was that some primary schools were going to open in the first week of January, and then secondary schools were going to open like the next week or something. But I think it's been completely scrapped, and there's no schools in person for at least January. Which I actually, for me, I know this obviously probably doesn't affect you, because actually, to be fair, weren't you meant to be starting college in January?
February apparently. But I mean,
you'll see how it goes.
So I was only supposed to go in for 1 day a week, and then that's it. The rest is at work.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, they might say after February half term everyone can go back, but you just don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. it is, and it has been for the last few months, that it is with anything. You've just got to see how it comes, and it's not, you can't plan stuff in the future because the next day it could change, and it's so uncertain for the last few months, and especially now as well. So yeah, I have to see how the world goes and what happens. But so that's with the COVID thing. I also put down there was a new COVID variant discovered at I think it was the end of last year, 31st of December. This article was written, and I haven't really heard much about this, but I thought I'd put it anyway. So the new SARS-CoV-2 variant is growing rapidly. It's more transmissible than other variants and is affecting a greater proportion of under 20s. The new variant has a transmission advantage of 0.4 to 0.7. Right. So yeah, this is a new variant found. I think it was found in the UK, and so people are called, I can't remember what the actual name is, but they're like the UK variant or something like that, which I think is a bit unkind. No. But that's been found that it's more transmissible, so it's more likely to be spread about, which I think is one of the reasons as well why they brought in more restrictions and brought in a lockdown 3. Yeah. Because obviously you get this, and it may be like that you don't get much more ill than the first one, but you can spread it around a lot more. So yeah. And also it says under 20s, so I suppose that means that we could get more ill if we got it. Good job, I'm not leaving the house for the next decade. But it's highly more transmissible, study finds. But yeah, because the thing about this is, like, how many variants could there be is the real question, because I don't know. I'd like, what's the difference between different variants? Like, I don't get after this. But
well, basically, the new variant means that the virus mutated, so right. It's a different type of. It will take either a stronger medicine or almost a different medicine to kind of kill it off, because it's resistant to, for example, a certain medicine, or it's resistant to heat or cold, anything like that, basically. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, because that does make you think then. So if they found, I presume that they found 2 now then, which is obviously the original one and the second one, then there could be loads of them found, which then obviously makes it worse and continues it on longer and longer, this whole thing. Like, there's obviously, okay, so I'm going to ask the next question, and this question, the question I have is, when do you think COVID will be, like, I don't want to say when do you think COVID will be over, because I feel like in a way COVID's not going away for a very long time. Like I'm talking probably years and years and years until COVID's fully gone, or it may never go. But it's the sort of thing that I feel like with this, I think it's going to be around for a very long time, but it's more just like other diseases where you get vaccinated for it.
Yeah. Once you get your herd immunity and everyone's, and it's all calmed down, like, it will just be like, like the flu, you get flu shots and all that, and it's there, but, no one gets affected anymore because they're all immune.
It'll probably become sort of one of the vaccines you get when you're like in school or whatever. You get,
and then eventually it'll be one of those where you go to the doctors and they're like, "Oh, you're ill. Oh, we'll just have to give you a COVID vaccine." Then,
yeah, because obviously I feel like it's the sort of thing where it's not going to go away. It's like, because obviously for a while people have been talking about when COVID's over, but I feel like it's not. It shouldn't be when COVID's over. It's when we're all safe from COVID. In like the future, because I feel like it could be. I don't feel like it's going to be this year that we're going to be. I don't feel like it's going to be this. Like, it could be later this year that we're sort of vaccinated, but I don't know about everyone, because obviously we're going to have, with the whole COVID vaccine, not everyone's going to get it. There'll be sort of anti-vaxxers and people who think COVID isn't real and stuff like that who aren't going to get the vaccine, which obviously poses a risk to everyone else. But then, as you said, also there is obviously herd immunity.
But then. Yeah, if you herd immunity, I mean, look, how many anti-vaxxers are there? Like,
a lot, probably.
Yeah, do you reckon there's more than 1 million or not?
Well, I don't know, because worldwide, possibly.
In this country, I'm talking about.
In this country, no, definitely not. Definitely not in the UK. If you think about it, that's 1/65th of the population, which may seem like a small amount, but that is a lot of people. I feel like there's definitely not 1 million, but there's probably a few 100,000 anti-vaxxers in the UK.
But, But the only thing you could say is if herd immunity was achieved even without doing the anti-vaxxers, then you're fine. But
yeah, because the whole thing of if there's a group of people sort of where like one person isn't vaccinated and there's like 15 that are, not 15, 100 that are, then it's sort of like the person who isn't vaccinated is sort of protected by the other people because they can't pass it on to them. But then again, it's like, I don't know, because I've heard that you can still like transmit the virus and carry the virus even if you don't get ill from it, like even if you're vaccinated from it. I don't know if that's 100% true because I don't know. But if it is, then obviously there's the whole problem with that because...
Or, plot twist, what if some people are like really lucky and already immune to it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's possible. I mean, it's quite rare, but it's possible.
100%.
But I guess going back to the anti-vaxxers, I guess I don't really want to say this in this way, but I guess they'll have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, I suppose, because there is obviously still people who think COVID's a hoax. If you think COVID isn't real, then honestly, please just go away. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it pans out, as we said.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's enough talking about COVID.
Yeah, I'm fed up with that.
So let's move on. So Mr. Bean's 2020, Mr. Bean, good old Mr. Bean, that great YouTuber, Mr. Beast, 2020 Rewind. I thought as well, it's also Mr. Beast hit to 50 million subs, but there's not really much to say about that. But yeah, so he did a 2020 Rewind. I think I can't really remember much about it now because it came out 2 weeks back. But yeah, what was your overall thoughts on the Mr. Beast Rewind?
It was better than the one YouTube made.
100%. I feel like it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was very good, and it was well made. But I also feel like, in a way, I don't know. What I read some of the comments on it, and they were like, imagine now Mr. Beast. YouTube should employ Mr. Beast to make Rewind because he makes it way better than everyone else. And I think it was very good just because there was so many different creators in it. I know normally there is anyway in the YouTube Rewind, but in this one there was a lot just because obviously Mr. Beast is absolutely massive, so he can reach out to anyone and be like, yo, want to be in my Rewind? And yeah, I think it was very good. It showed some very good stuff. I also saw at the end of it, Mr. Beast gave a shout out to 3 small creators. I think and it wasn't even small. Like in the past, he's given shout outs to small creators of like 50,000 subscribers or 40,000 subscribers.
No, we're talking like 100 subscribers.
Yeah, I think one of them was 200, one of them was 400, and one of them was 1,400. And like crazy. Last time I checked, they were all over 100k, which is nuts. Wow. If you think about it. Obviously, this isn't the first time Mr. Beast has done shout outs to people. Obviously, he did the whole what was it? Last person to take their hand off Diamond Play Button, I think it was, wins a shout out, and this guy gained like 2 million subscribers off of it, which is crazy. But yeah, I feel like it's a good idea for Mr. Beast to do that. But again, I also feel like it's a bit of a sort of thing where it actually was it. Let me have a look. I'm going to pull up the YouTuber he shouted out, whose name was Zealous, and let's just have a look at his views, because that is the one downside I think to getting a shout out from a YouTuber. You may gain loads of subs, but the views may not be consistent. Yeah,
it's just they're just it's just a thing where, you know, it's all right you telling someone to do something, they could go and do it, but it doesn't mean they're going to commit to watching that videos or anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I didn't subscribe to any of these 3 creators, not because I don't want to help them out, just because I'm not going to watch their videos. And I feel like for some people it may be all about the subscribers, and they would be like, oh yeah, I've got this many subscribers. But for me, I feel like it's great to have that many subs, but you've got to be able to also get the views for me, because I would much rather have a channel where I have 100,000 subscribers, for example, and I'm pulling maybe 50, 60, 70k views a video. That's quite optimistic. That's very optimistic, actually. But or rather than have a channel with 1 million subscribers, just getting maybe 5-10k a video.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, as much as having a lot of subscribers is great, it's sort of, okay, so this guy's zealous. He has 2 million subscribers. And obviously, his videos haven't been doing terribly, but they also haven't been doing, like, spectacularly. Like, for the amount of subs. So, actually, to be fair, they haven't been doing, like, really bad. As in, they've been doing pretty decent views-wise. So, obviously, back when he won the actual challenge, he made a video about it, and that's on 7 million views. And then it's sort of, the next video got 2 million views. And then after that, his views sort of 300k, 600k, 300k. So it's mainly sort of 300. And then he got one with 5 million, and then it's back to 200k, 300k. So I feel like, obviously, this guy has helped his channel a lot, because I'm pretty sure before this he had 50k subs or something like that. So this is way higher views than he would have had anyway. So, but yeah, it's interesting to see Mr. Beast doing shout out.
Yeah.
Whoa, Mr. Beast's already on 51 mil. He was literally he only hit 50 mil like a week ago. Mr. Beast is mental. But yeah, look, because Mr. Beast has been gaining crazy subs recently. One second, I'm going to find out what day Mr. Beast hit 50 mil.
It's funny because YouTube could make him like the face of YouTube, and no one would say anything.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I feel like he's edging towards becoming sort of like I already think he is one of the big people on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like as well, YouTube, in a way, YouTube already sort of profiting on it, because I saw at New Year's, YouTube did their own sort of New Year's show, which was actually, I think it was pre-recorded, and they did one for the US, one for the UK, and then ones for like India and stuff. And the one for the US, literally the thumbnail was Mr. Beast on it. So YouTube already know, you put Mr. Beast in the thumbnail, it's going to do well. But Mr. Beast, like, he does mental stuff. Mr. Beast, 50 million. Sorry, I'm just scrolling down his Twitter.
He bought out like he bought out like all of the stock. Yeah, all of the stock in the stores.
Yeah. Okay, so it's currently, so he hit 50 million. This is nuts. He hit 50 million on the 4th of January. As of recording this is the 13th of January, and he's on 51 million. So that's 11 days, and he's gained 1 million subscribers. What? And he also started a new channel. So we're talking about that video with the Mr. Beast buying everything in 5 stores. Casually 27 million views, obviously. Your casual sort of Mr. Beast numbers. So he announced that because Mr. Beast, we've spoken about Mr. Beast many times on the podcast, because he's a great guy. Well, he seems like a great guy in his videos. And so he said that he wants to start food banks. And so he started a channel called Beast's Philanthropy. At the time of him shouting out, I think it had 200,000 subscribers, because I think he shouted that on his Twitter or something like that. So it had 200k subs. It's now at 1.3 mil subs after just that one shout out. And yeah, apparently, I think with the whole idea with that channel is that he's planning on doing videos on there, vlog sort of stuff from him, like starting the food banks and stuff like that, and all of the ad revenue and all the money made from that, and all the money from merch to do with Beast Philanthropy is going to go straight back into it, and straight back into the whole food banks and all that sort of stuff. So it's really good. Mr. Beast is crazy money wise, and it's good that he's one of these people who's using his money to good, because there's a lot of people who are very rich. It was funny because we were actually talking about this, me and my family were talking about this earlier, about Jeff Bezos, the richest guy in the world. His net worth is 1 point something.
Elon Musk is now.
Is he? Oh, is he? No, Jeff Bezos is the richest man.
No, Elon Musk took over.
Did he? I thought Jeff Bezos.
I could have sworn I saw a news article on it the other day.
No. It's the other way around. Elon Musk was the richest man, and
was he? The
other day, Jeff Bezos overtook him.
And let's see.
So yeah, because Jeff Bezos, he has $113 billion. That's how much he's worth.
Oh yeah, no, he's still there. No,
so. Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought it was.
You know, you got it mixed up. It was the other way around, that Elon Musk was a top and then he's fallen down to second. So, but yeah, we were talking about that, and my sister was like, well, these people are so rich, and yet we've still got world hunger and all that. Like, why don't they do something about it? And that's the whole thing of Mr. Beast. Obviously is nowhere near sort of the billions of dollars yet. I feel like one day I think Mr. Beast is definitely going to be a billionaire. Or I don't know, like, as
He will.
Yeah, I feel like one day he'll definitely hit giving away billions. I feel like obviously it depends at the rate of money he gives away as to whether he will get to a billionaire. But I think
you know what the irony is? He could run his own lottery company and he would still make money.
Yeah, he could. Well, that's the thing. Mr. Beast, in a way, he is so like he is doing amazingly right now. He is. Like he has so much streams of revenue. He's doing so many great things. His videos are doing insane. His YouTube's doing insane. Like Mr. Beast, he obviously he's already a millionaire, and I don't know. I just can't digest it as to how big Mr. Beast is becoming. Because obviously he's got his main channel 51 million. His second channel I think is 12 million. He has multiple other channels with like 4 million, 2 million, 1 million. So yeah, he's doing crazy. But yeah, so Jeff Bezos is the richest man, and I feel like if Mr. Beast ever got to Jeff Bezos level, and even if he doesn't, I feel like Mr. Beast is sort of the thing that everyone thinks sort of big celebrities should do. So big billionaire people, as I said, my sister said, why don't they help out people like world hunger and stuff? I know obviously it would be difficult to do in a way, because obviously there's so many millions of people worldwide. But then again, like, I don't know, when was the last time Jeff Bezos did
if they all came together and created like a pot or a fund with money, they could easily kind of band together and do it. It would. I mean, what's $1 million to them anyway? Like, honestly,
exactly. Yeah.
$1 million is pocket change to them, and like, you know, 100,000 is like pennies to them, because they can just make it back.
That's the thing. It's like that with Mr. Beast. I feel like these billionaires, obviously they live a very lavish life or whatever, and like I have nothing against that. They made their money or whatever, that they can do what they want with it, and they obviously. But I feel like Mr. Beast is the complete opposite of that in a way. Obviously, he does spend money on stuff, but it's not sort of. You watch one of his videos, and he's not wearing Gucci or expensive stuff. He's wearing cheap clothes from a shop or his own merch.
He's just being casual.
Yeah, I feel like Mr. Beast is very humble, and he's like he may have millions in the bank, but he doesn't act like that. He's just a general down-to-earth sort of guy. So, but yeah, Mr. Beast, crazy guy. I feel like he's got 50 million. I feel like this year he could hit 100 million. I feel, because obviously it's taken him a few years, but obviously I feel like he's now at a point where he is, I feel like maybe he could hit 100 million. Like, I know it'd be difficult, but like, at the rate he's growing, if he's gained 1 million subscribers in less than 2 weeks, let's put that into maths. So 2 weeks to gain 1 million subscribers. So there's 52 weeks a year. 52. I'm doing lots of maths this episode. This is the Unnamed Podcast maths edition. 26 weeks. So 26. Okay, so technically, if he does gain at the same speed, he couldn't hit 100 million this year, but still he'd get to like 75 million or 70 something million, which is still nuts. One more question before we move on to the next topic. Do you think Mr. Beast will ever be the most subscribed to YouTuber?
I think he will be at some point, but I just don't know when.
Because obviously, the thing about Mr. Beast is he is growing like wildfire. He's going crazy. But then again, so is T-Series, the most subscribed to channel. I feel like I feel like Mr. Beast could definitely become the most subscribed to YouTuber. I'm not sure about channel though. So yeah, T-Series is on 168 million, and I think I've seen like the funny thing I did think though. Oh, Mr. Beast tweeted it as well. Mr. Beast. Sorry, I said we were going to go talk about one more thing, and then we were going to move on. This will be the last thing, and then we'll move on from Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast tweeted last week 3 of the top 5 most subscribed to channels on YouTube were his own. So out of the top 5 channels, 3 of them were Mr. Beast channels. So
Wow.
the most subscribed to channel last week, this is as of yesterday, was Humbale Films with 1 million subscribers. Then it was Mr. Beast Gaming with 800,000, Beast Philanthropy with 700,000, and Mr. Beast with 700,000. Crazy.
Wow.
So literally, Mr. Beast is growing crazy, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sorry, I'm saying it crazy a lot, but crazy. Okay, let's move on. So we talked about that for so long. Next up, Jacob hit 400 subscribers.
Congrats.
Yay. Now, I was saying to Tom about this before, and I was saying that in a way I feel a little bit guilty, but not sort of guilt. Like,
Oh yeah, you was gonna say why?
I feel a bit bad about it. So I'm gonna explain how I hit 400 subscribers, because if you look at my social blade, it did a nutty thing, and I think I gained 26 subs, then the next day 13 subs, then the next day 13 subs, and the next day like 12 subs, which I think I'm over 400 now. Which, if you look at that probably looks a little bit fishy, seeing as like, and you go to my channel hasn't gained many videos with like my last video 100 views, one before that 200 views, 100 views. So it's not like I've had a big video that's blown my channel up. So it probably looks a little bit fishy. So I wanted to explain it. So pretty much, and this still seems crazy to me. I gained, what was it, maybe 60, maybe 70 subscribers total from a YouTube comment. I know that seems really, really crazy, and it still seems crazy to me. And this is the reason I feel kind of bad and like I don't deserve it. Is because it's all come from a YouTube comment, and so it's not like people have clicked on come to my channel for my content. They've just come there to subscribe, and in a way, I this isn't me being ungrateful. This may sound like me being ungrateful, but I'm not. I'm not ungrateful at all. But in a way, I kind of wish people wouldn't sub unless they're going to watch the videos, because in a way, then it's sort of like, for all I care, like as much as I'd love to gain subs, I'd much rather, as I've already said, I'd much rather gain subs and gain viewers than just gain subs and they don't actually watch the videos. So basically, okay, I'll tell you about this comment. So there's a podcast I listen to, one which very much influences this podcast. I listen to it every single week, and it's called the What's Good podcast, and it's hosted by Simon Miniminter and his friend Randolph, and they do it every week. And they so basically on their YouTube channel they upload the full podcast to their YouTube channel, pretty much the same as we do. And for a long time, people have been doing timestamps. So basically, they type out sort of what happens 00 to this is the intro, and then this blah blah blah. And so for a while, it was another guy doing it, and then he stopped. So I thought I would try and do it, because I was like, I listen to this podcast anyway. Might as well see if I can get a comment with a couple likes on it. And so I started doing it. I've been doing it for a little while. Comments get a few likes. By a few likes, I mean a few hundred. But basically, so the funny thing is, as of recording this, the last episode that come out was 2 hours ago. And so I did the timestamps for that, and that's on 200 likes. So that's pretty cool. But okay, so basically, the What's Good podcast, they released an episode with KSI 6 days ago. And so I did the timestamps for it, and the comment got, I'll give you have a little guess, Tom, how many likes you think the comment got?
1,000.
1,000. You think I'm going to gain 70 subscribers from 1,000 likes? No. So the comment got 4.6k likes.
What?
I don't know. It's just like, it's not like I didn't comment something funny, but it's more just people are very appreciative of it, because a lot of people don't like watching full podcasts, which is why you'll find if you look at our sort of watch time per podcast, it's not rare, like it doesn't equal the amount of views we've got in a way. So it's not like 10 people watch it and then we have 10 hours of watch time from it, because obviously it's the same with every YouTube video. Not everyone watches the whole thing. So people don't like watching the whole thing. But yeah, so I did that, and at the time of doing that comment, I had 334 subscribers. And now I'm on 413 subscribers. What? It's crazy. But yeah, basically, that's the reason I don't feel like I sort of deserve it. Also, I did gain a lot of views on the video that I had at the time. It gained about 100 views, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, that's what I wanted to clear up, just in case anyone wondered why I gained subs. Because basically, it probably looked a bit fishy as well if you saw my Insta story, because I posted a few days before. I posted, thanks for 350 subs, and then like 2 days later, thanks for 400 subs. So I just wanted to clear that up.
That you paid for subs.
I don't have the sort of money for that, Tom. You really think I have the money to buy subs? Oh.
No, you've been spending all your money on your new monitor.
Okay, yeah. Good way to... Good little... I don't know what the word is. My brain's not working this evening.
Smooth transition.
Transition. Say yes. Okay.
There you go.
So I bought a new monitor, and you may think, Jacob, we don't care. This is not an interesting topic, but basically I put this down because I've got a new monitor, and I'm doing a new YouTube series on my YouTube channel. So this is also just so I can plug my new series. So basically, I don't think I've ever done a series of videos on my channel. Like, I've done sort of vlogs and sort of collabs, sort of that, but I haven't ever done sort of a series, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, apart from the Unnamed podcast. So I thought I'd do a series. I asked that on my Instagram if I should do a series where I redo my setup, like build a new setup, new monitors, new PC, new keyboard, mouse, all that stuff. And the answer was mainly yes. So I was like, why not? And so I've recorded my first episode, and that's going to be coming out today. It's already out. When you're watching this podcast, it's already out. So go check it out. But basically, in that episode, I got a new monitor. Actually, I'm going to pick it up. You know, it seems like a really good idea, but...
What brand monitor is it?
It is LG.
Nice.
Well, I'm YouTube for... Oh,
there we go.
oops. Wait,
Yeah,
do
you're
I
back.
sound okay again?
Yeah.
I think me picking up the monitor was a bad idea. You're not just the cables. But yeah, so for a long time I've been used to having my laptop with just a side monitor. And so my laptop screen is 15 inches, and it's like, now I've had this, and it's so much better. Eventually I want to have two of them next to each other, so I can have like two of those, and then like and stuff. But yeah, it should be fun. I want to bring that up. And also, I am going to be building a PC very soon. So I thought this was going to take a while to do. But in the end, it's not, because of some money. Yeah.
There you go.
No, but,
money sells it. No, I'm joking.
But I'm going to be building a PC very soon. That'll be probably the episode 2 of building my setup. The only problem is that currently I'm looking, and parts are so expensive for computers. So basically, I'm planning to build my own computer. I'm going to buy all the parts and then build it probably on camera. I'm not sure, because I'm still contemplating whether I just record me doing it or whether maybe I stream me building the PC. But we'll see. So I'm planning on building a computer mainly because I thought it would be something fun. I could record it, and also because if I got somebody else to build it, then they're going to throw in an extra few £100 just for them to build the computer. And I'm like, mate, I can do that. I save myself a little bit of money. So yeah, the only problem is obviously the parts are very expensive right now. Like, I was looking at parts, and some of them are like double the price that they were a few months back. So I may have to wait a few months so I can actually afford them. Yeah, just thought that would be fun. And then I will actually.
This is like me trying to do up a plane.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about that. You were saying that. What are you planning to do with one of your planes?
Well, I've just put in one last big order so that I can basically kit it out and then go fly it. Which basically means, well, just put in all the stuff to make it fly. Because the frame's all good. It's just putting in the internals to make it work. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Is that going to be a video on the Tom Strong channel, or is possibly? I might not record it though, only because I want to take my time and make sure it's just perfect.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, because talk about your Tom Strong channel. When was the last time you sort of went flying? Has that sort of stopped due to COVID, like the third lockdown?
Yeah, they shut the fields down. There's a bit of a unanimous vote of shutting the field down, even though it's classed as a sport and we could have stayed open.
Right.
And the field that I fly at is massive. Like, I think.
I feel like it's probably just a sort of thing of better to be safe than sorry at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you haven't been flying for a while.
No, not since probably last August, maybe.
Right.
Or September.
What about paintballing? Because I think you did get to go back to paintballing.
Yeah, I did. I only did it once last year, and then that was it.
When was that? November?
I think that was August.
August? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because actually, no, I remember, because it was an episode where you were around mine, because I remember asking you when the paintball field's going to be opening, and you were sat next to me. So that, wow, yeah. I can't believe that, like, it was so much has happened in the last few months. That was only a few months
back.
We used to do episodes in person.
I know.
We never had to do this Zoom nonsense. Oh, talking of Zoom though, we've wait a second. This Zoom call's been going 43 minutes. What? Maths.
FBI's going to bust through the door in a minute.
Yeah, but what? That doesn't make sense. We're supposed to only have 40 minutes. Okay, so if that cuts out, then never mind. All right, we'll just keep talking then. I was going to say just start a new meeting. But yeah, so talking about stuff that we haven't been able to do very often. We were talking about, I thought we could just quickly say about this, but we were talking about this beforehand, that we haven't had a haircut in such a long time. Like, okay, I thought let's just have a quick talk about sort of stuff that we haven't done in a while, because obviously you said you haven't been able to do that's the one thing about your two hobbies, isn't it, Tom? Your main hobby,
both outdoors.
Yeah, a sort of big things that you need to go out and do. So yeah, it's weird. I don't know why I brought this up. I was trying to be as cool as you, Tom, and make a really good transition there, but it didn't really work. Right. Okay. All right. Let's just get back onto another sort of topic that is not as sort of joyous, but I thought we could just have a quick chat about it. So the whole US politics mess. So I feel like we don't have to talk about this long, because obviously it's not a great topic, but I thought we could quickly cover on it. This podcast is sort of, we talk about anything and everything really, and that is sort of, come to this podcast and you don't know what to expect. So we do cover news and stuff. So I thought we'd quickly talk about this. Obviously, Trump, the whole shenanigans with Trump. And he's been banned from Twitter, been banned from Facebook, and been banned from uploading on YouTube for 1 week.
Wow.
Because, okay, I've opened up Twitter's statement here as to why they permanently banned Twitter, but permanently banned Donald Trump. They didn't permanently ban themselves. After a close review of Donald Trump's tweets and context around them, we've decided to permanently suspend the account due to the risk of further incitement of violence. So that's basically, for a long time, most of Trump's tweets have been flagged up. So they would put a little message underneath them saying, this is not being found true or whatever. Or I think recently as well, they made some of his tweets so people couldn't even like them, reply to them, or retweet them. Just because like they weren't true. And I think eventually they actually they deleted those tweets from his account. And so, yeah, it's crazy because
they might as well just delete his account for that, I swear.
Well, they did. That's what they've done. So now they've permanently banned him. So he's been permanently suspended from Twitter. And I think Facebook also permanently suspended him. But obviously the whole thing of it was from everything that happened on the other week, with the whole thing happening at the Capitol building. So that I feel like, obviously, for a long while, Trump has been saying stupid things on Twitter, and also just been saying stupid things. But I think, obviously, the whole Capitol thing where... so basically, I was about to say, if you don't already know, but if you don't know, then obviously you've been living under a rock. And haven't seen the news in about a decade. But basically, like a bunch of Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building in the US, which is pretty much like storming the Parliament building in the UK. And that sort of puts it into perspective for us UK people. That's kind of crazy, like storming the powers of the parliament. What? But basically, after that, Trump tweeted, I think he tweeted a video. Oh, no, he tweeted, the 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and make America great again. And then he said, I can't remember. But basically, Twitter banned him because he called people who had stormed the Capitol American patriots. And he told them to go home now. But it was sort of, it wasn't that he was like directly saying it, but it was that he was saying that he wasn't condoning it as such and saying people shouldn't be storming the Capitol. It was more like, go home now, you American patriots. That's not the actual quote, but yeah. Also, so obviously with that, there's been the fact that now Trump is being, I think they were talking about impeaching Trump.
Yeah, they're doing that now for the second time.
Yeah, which is not surprising. So with the whole Trump thing, like, I honestly, I don't get why he was elected in the first place. Like, I still don't understand that. Because I still don't understand how there's so many people in the US. I know, obviously, this may be controversial, what I'm saying. And also, obviously, you may think I have no clue what I'm talking about, which I have no clue what I'm talking about because I live in the UK. And honestly, it's none of my business. But I just don't understand why people voted for Trump in the first place and why there's still so many people, millions and tens of millions of people who still support Trump. I just don't get it. Because, like, how can you support someone like that who is, he's just an idiot? Like, I just don't get it.
I don't know.
It's like,
go and ask every American. Actually, that's a good video idea. Go on that weird website thing called Unnamed, and then just start asking. If you come across an American, ask them, why did you vote for Trump?
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, I feel like a lot of young people voted for Biden. So, and I feel like a lot of young people go on Omegle. So maybe you won't find Trump supporters on Omegle, but you never know. But
you never know.
Trump, I just don't get it. I think he, because there was whole talks of Trump, people saying Trump should go to prison, and what Trump has done is like treason.
I wouldn't be surprised if he got chucked in federal prison.
Neither would I, but then again, I feel like it's the thing that should happen, and I feel like it's what he deserves. But then again, I feel like he's the sort of person where even if he did go to prison, it wouldn't be sort of the prison experience. It would be some luxury prison or whatever.
He'd be locked in a hotel room for the next 10 years.
Yeah. So I feel like Trump should go to prison, but I feel like he won't because of who he is and the amount of money he has. Which I think, if that's the whole reason behind it, then that would be stupid. So he is, yeah. Vote to Trump. Oh, okay. Donald Trump impeachment. They want to cancel the president. Blah blah blah. But yeah, Trump's second impeachment will be a political test. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Trump is a crazy guy. Okay, actually, I've just realised I said that. I've just called Trump crazy. I don't mean that in the same sense as Mr. Beast. Trump is not Mr. Beast crazy. Trump is just crazy. I said he is insane. Whereas Mr. Beast is crazy at his videos. But yeah.
What's that?
Dear. That's a whole mess in the US. Oh, rhyming.
I know.
Okay. Well, I think that's about it. Unless we have anything else to talk about, Tom.
I don't have a thing to say at this minute in time.
Well, in which case, I think that's about it for this episode.
Apart from, don't forget to check out our Instagram at Unnamed Pod.
Go follow us. Yeah, go follow us at Unnamed Pod and leave us a voicemail. I swear, like, to be fair, we always say it at the end of the episode. And
we waste our time doing this.
But yeah, leave us a voicemail. Subscribe if you haven't already. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode. Do hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.